You gotta love the editor note by the end of the chapter because it sounds like it's a great news, but instead I'm thinking to myself, who am I supposed to root for? Damn it, Ishida, why you have to do this? All because of the end of the chapter. It's supposed to sound like a great news, but instead it actually makes it worse. It makes everything worse. Why are you doing this to us? Why we can't have a black and white battle? Can we easily just root for one side and go against the another? Not like completely confused state. Tokyo Ghoul, everyone. Chapter 95 is one chapter that really shows the intensity of one character just go all out, and it was so well illustrated in this chapter, as well as one character feeling such a regret of how much could have changed. Perhaps it could have changed so much if she has done one thing, and all it takes is one thing. Perhaps it would have changed. Musuki and Almond are really heating up, and then something happened at the end of the chapter just makes you go, no, not now. We are screwed to see the worst thing to happen for any of these characters. The beginning of the chapter is such a heartfelt moment. You can understand Akira had the opportunity to talk Takizawa out of his jealousy. That one shot of him looking at that grade and just seemed bitter is perfect illustration on how she has that shot to talk with Takizawa, and perhaps could have prevented the way of how Takizawa's personality has become, especially with being a one-eyed ghoul, now being the top and always feels like he is the number one. That could have changed a lot of things. It's hard to say. It's never obviously say like, yes, that could have changed 100%. It gives you the idea how one character could have that feeling. No matter if it is possible, it is a possibility, and it's something that a feeling of regret can get to a character like Akira. That one shot gives you every meaning of how she could have done something, but instead she just brushed aside because that's her attitude. She has changed a lot. I love the fact that she's no longer that loyal to CCG. Actually acknowledge how disappointed of a investigator she is, because the fact she is helping a ghoul, she is breaking the rule, she is going against her father's wish. It shows you that she has so much regret all in one scene, and it's so sad because you could tell Akira has suffered so much. We know her since the last part. We understand how emotional broken that she is in with losing her parents, losing Almond, even though he's back right now, but at the time it's so sad for her to witness so much loss. She lost her comrade, that's Takizawa, and now she has the opportunity to fix something even though they're on the enemy ground, and then seeing her just break into tears was really awestruck. It struck me so bad. You know the decision she made is a drastic one. It's something she cannot go back to CCG anymore, especially that Musuki's going to report that everything she sees is a traitor scene to the point she will kill Akira. What makes it more intense, Alma finally gets back up and he is so pissed off. You could tell after witnessing Akira being struck down so many times, especially with Musuki, as she's doing her job, she's doing it in a very psychotic manner, and that really makes it more intense. Her well-being is really being struck by her mental state of wanting to kill and wanting to do the job. As she's still doing her job correctly, the mental state is really making her look like a terrifying investigator, and that's what makes this entire scene between Musuki and Alma so intense. The atmosphere, because of the visuals in the chapters, is so well illustrated to show you how Alma is so pissed off at Musuki. It shows you that Musuki is really in a battle with her own self, thinking about like she has to kill everybody in there, but at the same time she's wondering if she could kill them, wondering how she's going to plan now. The Q squad are on their way, so she's going to try to take them out. The way how they battle each other with the whole intense atmosphere, it gives you that sense of feeling. It's funny because this chapter did go by fast. However, with all those visuals showing you how intense this whole one battle can be, it gives you that sense of feeling of horror, sense of feeling of awestruck from these emotional driven moments that comes from Alma witnessing two of his comrades just on the ground and one of them being attacked by the investigator. This is one thing I really like about Alma, because he stick to his ground, he stick to his own belief, and it's not just the fact that he has to be a CCG investigator to stay by it. Instead, that's just the character he is. That is something that you can always appreciate him, and the fact that Akira has now moved on from the moment of no longer of being a CCG member, now she's actually looking out for her herself as well as looking out for the people that she truly cares. Seeing these guys taken out in a crazy manner, especially with Alma breaking free from her Kagane. It's exhilarating seeing Alma just take a bite that feels like a reminiscence to the Kanaki to Alma way back in the first series at the beginning of the series. It's actually kind of a nice reflection on that. The battle could have gone to a completely different scenario. Then the Q Squad shows up. When the Q Squad shows up, this is where I feel like I should be happy. Why I'm not happy? Why am I not happy? The scenario has put us to see these characters, all of these great characters, despite how some of them are psychotic. The fact that we know them from the beginning of the series in their retrospect, we understand who they are. We understand where they're coming from. We understand the connection to Kanaki. We understand to many different things. And now we see in this moment, we don't know who to root for. I don't know who to root for. I know people will be biased to go for one side because whatever, they like their characters. I don't know. But for me, I don't know who to go for. I don't want to go for anybody. I just want somebody to just have a talk. Why not a simple talk? Now, there's one thing to reflect on. Psycho is there. And Psycho has the opportunity to perhaps to settle things down more gently because she was rescued by Alma. I hope she brings that up because this is the right time to bring that one aspect of that story moment and just address why she has a reason not to go against them. I know right now it seems like a bad scenario, especially the fact they want to go to extermination mode. And I understand they're doing their job. We understand they're not really cold-blooded. They are doing their job. I just don't want them to really go all out and actually kill one another because this is not something that should be taken as a way, as a like a black and white scenario. There is no good and evil. It's everybody all in one gray area that just doing their job. As this chapter goes, it really got me tense with these emotional driven moment that came from Akira understanding that she has crossed the line, but she understands that what she believes in and she lives with these regrets for a long time, as well as Alma and Muski going at each other in very tense feeling with the nice visuals of show you how horror, and now it's going to get much worse with Q Squad involved and you just don't know who to gonna go for because this is not about rooting the good guys, it's about hoping the best nobody take their head off. But at least with Roma and Nishiki battle, we could all cheer for Roma to die because hey, she needs to. Chapter 95 gets a 9. I guess it's worth mentioning that we're still in this one volume that we actually coming to close to an end. It has been a lot of Takizawa focus, so therefore we are going to have some conclusion with this whole entire scene. It seems like we're going to move on with the other one later on. I could be surprised. Ishida likes to go back and forth with things just to make sure that everything gets to that climax all at one time. You never know with Ishida these days, especially now we have a battle that should have been a good thing. It's all of a big mess. I just want to skip this whole moment, so just tell me who survived. Just tell me that they are alive. That way I can be satisfied with just that notion. My thoughts are told. Don't let yours on hold. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.